Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. I've never been one to pry into my wife Lara's work life. She's a private person, passionate about her career in marketing, and if anything, I've always admired her dedication. But when Susie's name began to pop up in our everyday conversations more frequently, my curiosity piqued. Susie thinks this, or Susie says that it was always Susie, a co-worker, apparently, but mentioned with a frequency that began to gnaw at me. It's a chilly Tuesday morning when Lara, bustling around in her usual pre-work frenzy, spills her coffee on the kitchen counter. "Shoot. Look at this mess," she mutters, dabbing at the spill with a napkin. "You okay?" I ask, leaning against the doorway, nervous about the conference. She pauses, a slight frown knitting her brow. "Yeah, a bit. It's a big opportunity for me. And, well, Susie and I are presenting together." I nod, trying to keep my tone neutral. "That's great. Susie must be a good partner." Lara smiles, but it doesn't quite reach her eyes. She is. She's brilliant. Actually, she tosses the soiled napkin into the trash and grabs her laptop bag. "I better go. Don't want to be late. Love you." "Love you too," I call out as she hurries through the door. The house falls silent after Lara leaves, the kind of silence that lets unease creep in. It's then I make a decision that feels like betrayal but tinged with an inexplicable necessity. I decide to follow them to the conference. The conference is at a downtown hotel, bustling with professionals. I spot Lara and Susie immediately. Susie isn't what I expected. She's older, perhaps in her late 50s, with sharp features and a commanding presence that she carries like armor. I keep my distance, watching as they interact, nothing overt, just whispers and shared smiles. But then, as they head to the parking lot, my heart quickens. I follow discreetly, catching them standing close by Susie's car. They talk, laugh, and then, to my utter shock, they kiss, a brief, seemingly tender moment that shatters everything I thought I knew. My first instinct is to confront them, but fury chains my feet to the ground. Instead, I watch as Susie, the old geezer with her deceptive charm, drives away, leaving Lara wiping her cheeks, looking conflicted and alone. The drive home is a blur. I'm a tempest of emotion: anger, betrayal, confusion. By the time I reach our front door, a plan begins to crystallize in my mind. Revenge, a dark whisper suggests. My heart races with the adrenaline of the wronged. Once inside, I head straight for my office, flipping open my laptop. My hands are steady as I begin to type, searching for anything and everything about Susie. I need to know who she is, truly, beyond the facade she presents at the office. What I find starts to paint a picture I hadn't expected. Articles about her career, her rise in the industry, her tactics that border on ruthless. There are whispers of scandals, cleverly navigated and escaped. She's not just a coworker, she's a predator in her element. And now, she's encroached on my life, my marriage. I close my laptop, a plan forming. I don't know how far I'll go or what I'll do next, but I know I can't let this slide. Not now. Not ever. Lara may be ensnared by Susie's influence, but I'm not, and I will protect what's mine, no matter the cost. As I stand by the window, looking out into the darkening sky, a resolve settles deep within me. This isn't just about a simple confrontation or an angry outburst. This is about reclaiming control, about setting things right. I will know my enemy, learn her moves, and only then will I strike. This is just the beginning. The morning after discovering Lara's betrayal, the house feels colder, the atmosphere thick with unspoken words. I sit at the kitchen table, nursing a cup of black coffee, waiting. I know Lara senses something is amiss, the way I can't meet her eyes, the tightness in my jaw. "Is everything okay?" Lara asks tentatively, setting her mug down with a soft clink. I nod, not trusting my voice. "Just didn't sleep well." She touches my hand lightly. "If you need to talk." I pull away subtly, the image of her and Susie still vivid in my mind. "I'm fine, Lara." Once she leaves for work, the emptiness of the house is suffocating. I decide I need reinforcements, people who can help me understand what I'm dealing with. I think of my old college friend Mike, who now works in private security. If anyone knows how to dig up dirt, it's him. I meet Mike at a bustling cafe downtown. His demeanor is serious as he listens to my story, his eyes sharp. "So, you want to know everything about her?" Mike asks, his voice low. "Yes, everything. I need to understand what I'm up against." Mike nods, tapping a few notes into his phone. "I'll need a couple of days, but I'll find out what she's hiding." "Thanks, Mike. I need to know why." He clasps my shoulder, a firm, reassuring grip. "You'll get your answers, buddy." As I leave the cafe, another thought strikes me. I need to see the dynamic between Lara and Susie at work, understand the environment they're thriving in. I decide to visit their office under the pretense of surprising Lara for lunch. The office is a sleek, modern building, buzzing with the energy of high-stakes marketing. I'm greeted by a young receptionist with a bright smile. "Hi, I'm here to see Lara Bennett," I say, trying to sound cheerful. "Oh, sure. Just let me check if she's available." She punches a few keys on her computer, then frowns slightly. She's actually in a meeting right now. Would you like to wait?" Disappointed but not deterred, I nod. "Sure, I'll wait." As I sit in the plush lobby, my gaze wanders and I spot Susie exiting a conference room. She's commanding even from a distance, her presence turning heads. Before I can look away, our eyes meet. A flicker of recognition crosses her face, and to my surprise she approaches me. "Hello, you must be Lara's husband," she says, extending a hand, her smile polite but cool. I stand, feeling the weight of the moment. "Yes, I am, and you must be Susie." "That's right," she replies, her grip firm. "Lara speaks very highly of you. It's nice to finally meet." The politeness of the exchange masks the tension. I nod, keeping my expression neutral. "Nice to meet you too. Lara's mentioned you." Her smile doesn't waver, but her eyes are calculating. I hope it was all good things. "Mostly," I say, a slight edge to my voice. Susie's smile finally falters, just a fraction, but it's enough. She excuses herself, citing another meeting, and I'm left with the distinct feeling that she's just as wary of me as I am of her. This brief encounter only fuels my resolve. As I wait for Lara, I know this game has just begun. Mike will find the dirt on Susie, and I'll be ready. Whatever it takes, I'm going to protect my marriage and expose whatever Susie is hiding. The battle lines are drawn, and I'm ready to fight. 2 days later, I find myself pacing anxiously in my living room, waiting for Mike's call. The wait feels eternal, each second ticking by like an accusation. Finally, my phone rings and Mike's voice, steady and low, spills out secrets that chill me to the bone. "I found some interesting things about Susie," Mike begins without preamble. "She's been involved in several lawsuits, quiet settlements, mostly about harassment. Looks like she's made a few enemies along the way. And get this, she's linked to a couple of questionable business deals that smell like fraud." My heart pounds as I scribble notes. "Anything personal?" "Yeah, she's divorced, no kids, has a reputation for being, let's say, overly friendly with her colleagues. And she's moved jobs every few years, likely once her antics catch up to her." "Thanks, Mike. This is exactly what I needed," I say, feeling a mix of relief and dread. "No problem, man. Just be careful," Mike advises before hanging up. Well equipped with this new information, I decide to confront Lara. I can't keep this festering inside any longer. That evening, I wait for her in the kitchen, where the warm glow of the overhead lights does nothing to ease the cold knot in my stomach. Lara walks in, her face tired from a long day's work. She freezes when she sees my solemn expression. "What's wrong?" she asks, setting down her bag. I take a deep breath. I know about Susie. Lara blinks, confusion quickly morphing into alarm. "What do you mean?" "I know you kissed. I saw you two at the conference," I say bluntly, watching her closely. Lara's face crumples, and she sinks into a chair. "Oh God, I didn't want you to find out like this." "Why, Lara? Why her?" My voice cracks with the strain of my emotions. She covers her face with her hands, her voice muffled. "It was a mistake. Susie, she can be very persuasive. And I felt overwhelmed. It was just a moment of weakness." I struggle to process her words, anger and hurt warring within me. Did you know she's been involved in lawsuits, harassment? That she's likely a fraud? Lara looks up sharply. What? No, I had no idea. I lean against the counter, feeling suddenly tired. I found out a lot about her, and it's not good. Lara, she's dangerous. Lara stands, her expression determined. I believe you. I need to fix this. I don't want to lose you. Then we need to expose her, before she does more damage, I say, the path forward becoming clear. Lara nods, wiping away tears. What do you need me to do? Just help me gather more evidence. We can go to HR or the authorities if we have to. I need you with me on this. Lara reaches for my hand, her grip firm. I'm with you. Let's stop her. That night, we sit together plotting our next moves. The path is fraught with uncertainties, but our resolve is clear. We'll bring Susie's manipulations to light and save others from her deceit. The fight has just begun, and together we are stronger. Over the next few weeks, Lara and I become a team driven by a singular goal to unmask Susie. Each evening we pore over documents and emails Lara manages to discreetly copy from work, searching for any evidence of misconduct. With each shred of questionable evidence, our resolve hardens. One rainy Thursday evening, as the storm thrashes against our windows, Lara receives a call. She listens intently, her face a mixture of surprise and anxiety. Hanging up, she turns to me, eyes wide. That was Janice from HR, she begins, pacing. She heard rumors about Susie and started doing her own digging. She found discrepancies in the financial records that trace back to Susie. My heart races. That's it, then. We have her. Lara nods, biting her lip. Janice wants to meet us tomorrow at the office. She said she's calling an emergency board meeting. She's going to present everything we've found. The meeting day feels surreal. We sit in the conference room surrounded by the company's top executives, a thick folder of evidence in front of us. Janice takes the lead, her voice steady as she outlines the case against Susie. I watch as Susie's face turns pale, her usual confidence faltering under the weight of the accusations. As Janice concludes, Susie stands abruptly, her chair scraping back violently. This is ridiculous. You think you can pin this on me without any real proof? Janice remains calm. We have all the proof we need, Susie. It's over. Susie laughs, a harsh sound that echoes in the tense room. You think you've won? I always have an out. Always. That's when the doors burst open. 2 police officers step in, badges gleaming. Susie Arnell, you are under arrest for embezzlement and corporate fraud, one of them announces, moving towards her. The room erupts into murmurs as Susie is handcuffed. As she passes by me, she whispers, her voice venomous, "You'll regret this." Once the room settles, Janice addresses everyone solemnly. This has been a difficult day for all of us, but it's a reminder of the importance of integrity in our work. As the meeting disperses, Lara squeezes my hand, her smile tired but relieved. Thank you, she murmurs, for everything. We start to leave, but Janice calls out, wait, we turn, and she approaches with a serious expression. There's something else you should know. During my investigation, I discovered that Susie was not acting alone. Lara and I exchange puzzled glances. What do you mean, I ask? Susie had an accomplice within the company, someone who helped her cover her tracks. Janice pauses, taking a deep breath. It was someone very close to this investigation. A cold dread fills me. Who? Janice looks directly at Lara. It was you, Lara. I reel, looking at Lara, who stands frozen, her face ashen. Lara, is this true? Tears fill her eyes, and she nods slowly. I'm so sorry. I got pulled in too deep before I realized. When I saw how wrong it was, how much I was risking our marriage, my career, I knew I had to stop. The betrayal stings, deeper and more painful than I could have imagined. Why didn't you tell me? I was scared, Lara whispers. Scared of losing you, of going to jail. I thought if we took Susie down, it might cover my tracks too. The room spins as the weight of her confession sinks in. The police officer steps forward. Lara Bennett, you need to come with us. As Lara is led away, her last look is one of profound regret and sorrow. The victory I thought we had is hollow, tainted by the ultimate betrayal. I leave the office alone, the rain outside mirroring the storm inside me. What started as a mission to save my marriage ended up uncovering the very poison that had infected it. The road ahead is uncertain, but it's one I must walk alone, learning to trust again.